Says in the instructions to break off the yarn and turn piece over with foundation chain on top. I have a trick that we can do without breaking off the yarn. I wrote it in the written instructions this way. It's just because it's easier to have it written that way. So what I'm going to do, this is not the way it's written in the pattern, but I'm going to show you this, is I'm going to flip it inside out. As you can see, you can clearly see where the turning chain is, or the beginning chain for the thing, because there's no ridge. So instead of cutting this off and then rejoining it down here, is I've flipped it inside out, and now I'm going to take, and then I'm going to see where the slip stitch is for each of these rows. I'm going to chain one and slip stitch into that chain. I'm sorry, I gotta see what I'm doing here. Try that again. And then chain one, and then go into that. Chain one. You see the line right there? That's where I'm inserting in my hook under those two. And slip stitch. Chain one. And slip stitch. This will add a ridge to the wrong side of your work where there wasn't one, and make it match. So, and then the last slip stitch you want to put where your tail is coming out. Where did that thread come from? I'm sorry if I got out of shot here. So you want to make your last slip stitch right there where the tail is coming out, and then chain one, and then flip it back right side out. And you see it didn't change the look from the outside. And at this point, if you want to end off your work and make this just a ribbed headband, well, there you are. But we're going to continue and make this a hat. All right, so now round 7 is we're working into the foundation chain. It says join main color into any chain stitch, chain one, and skip first chain. The reason we're skipping the first chain is we had an even number of stitches, and for the tulip pattern we're going to need an odd number of stitches. So at chain one, I'm going to skip the first, and then I'm going to single crochet into the next one. I'm going to pull this tail out of the way. I'm going to hide that later with the yarn needle because we need to keep this stretchy. And if you just crochet over it, the tail will keep it from being stretchy. So I'll show you that when we get to the right spot. Okay, so you go around and you just single crochet in those free loops of the foundation chain all the way around, and we should end up with 75 single crochet. If you want to see better where you make your stitch, you see the base of your double crochet, and that's where you put your hook, just like that. Voila. Okay, I am going to single crochet all the way around, and I will meet you when we come back around. Alright, I've made my 75 single crochet around my hat. And you join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, which is right here. And you can chain one to break off. I'm not going to. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to cut off my yarn. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these tails and I'm going to hide the tails for the band. And instead of hiding the tails going this way, I want to hide the tails going up and down through the rib because we need it to stretch this way. So I'm going to start with that beginning tail. And go through the stitches this way and hide the tail, and then you want to bring it up and go in the other direction as well. It's only going to take a couple seconds here, so I'm going to just go ahead and show you. Okay, I'll bring it through this way. And then bring it under a stitch and then up through the next rib. And this is on the inside of the hat. So I have hid my tail in two different directions. Snip off the excess. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other tail. And then we'll get to the next row.